Hi there, guys. Here I am. You know me as the fucker from hell on the Dead Pit forum, which I got banned from, which is fine. I'm chill with that now. And I have two YouTube channels, Brandley 1795, um which was a channel that was used for when I was 17, and at Brandley 1895, which is just was just it's just for me. It's 18. I'm not gonna be talking about that because here I am gonna be not giving you an introduction because that's against the policies of this new channel, and I don't know if I'm allowed to do a video now. I'm an honorary 4th edition to this thing, so I really appreciate it. And I have a new review on the a new review for cigarette burns that's been on the Hammer Horror review site that's posted, and I think that it's gonna have to go through some approvals because they know that poor grammar, but that's fine, and I really appreciate this opportunity, and I'm here to provide you with movie reviews. And I'm really appreciative of this. And now we're going to talk about a film that I've seen. We're going to talk about one film that I've seen. I'm sorry, my voice cracked there. Okay, I'm sorry for the delay, guys. This is of Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer, which is a 2007 R-rated 85-minute action comedy horror film from director John Knutz. And this guy, he has like a few short films that he done before this, like Apartment 310, Teen Massacre, Still Alive, and the Other Ceiling, and Moment of Truth. And he went back to doing a short film, Old West, after this. And The Shrine. The Shrine is his latest film that is not in filming. And The Shrine looks shitty as fuck, to be honest. And now his Girl House, which is filming, and apparently is gonna have a later October 1st, 2013 release date. And yeah, so we're gonna be talking about Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer, which when I was a little kid, when I was like 14, when I was 14, I'm 18 now. When I was 14, I've seen this film, and when I was 14, I thought that this movie was the bomb, yo. I thought this movie was really just a really good movie. I thought that it was really good. I thought that it was expertly done. I just thought it was a really good movie. Now, 4 years later, yeah, that was back in 2009. But we are 4 years later, and let's see if it stands up. Okay. I seen it back in 2009. It was a 2007 movie, but okay. This film starts off with Jack Brooks, who is sorry about that noise in the background. Jack Brooks, who was just having a casual get together with his family. It begins with Jack Brooks explaining about how he used to have anger issues. He used to have used to not have anger issues, but he explains how his anger issues started. He said that he was a normal kid who is just living his life, and then when he has a casual get together with his mom, his pops, and somebody who I suspect is his sister. It's uncertain. It's uncertain. It's either a friend or a sister, and they're dancing, and then it's just really. I'm not a big fan of kids getting killed off in movies. I think that that's really poor of the director of said film to release a kid killing picture, and the kids being killed in this film. It's just lazy fucking filmmaking. And I understand that this film has a low budget, but man, the creature effects that they use in this film are horrible creature effects. They are not even fucking real. They're not realistic. They're not realistic, and I can't really get into them. Okay. So, yeah, he's just going on explaining how he developed his anger issues, and while he's trying to tame his teacher down because he apparently hurt a student, and that's how his little ordeal happened. And then I gotta admit that I really like the dialogue he has between his psychiatrist and him. It's actually kind of neat dialogue. It's like the psychiatrist is trying to calm him down, giving him generic bullshit that doesn't really work. Relaxation doesn't really help with anger problems, but yeah, he just goes along saying, well, I try to help these people out. These people had asked for my assistance, but they decide to be dickheads and start screaming at me and blah blah blah. And all I have to say is that there you go. The people in this movie are being dickheads. So yeah, it's just a really. It just has some great dialogue there, and then he shows up late for his class. You realize that he has a bitchy girlfriend, and just a whole bunch of generic fucking students in his school. As one saying, who's terrible, just terrible fucking actor who goes, chill out, dude, and it's like, what the fuck? But his teacher, played by Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund, is in this movie, and he just hams it up. And I said that he done a good job as a teacher. It's like, yeah, he done a decent enough job. So his teacher asked him to, like, oh, I have some plumbing problems. I got this new house, so he gone up and have some plumbing problems, and then he had like some Three Stooges nonsense where someone bunked him in the head, and now he's like, woo, 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 woo. Something like that. It's just like generic. It's just like the Three Stooges humor, which I really fucking hate the Three Stooges, to be honest. I really think that they're horrible. But yeah, I say that that's a decent enough. And then yeah, he has his teacher, and then his teacher finds a box that has like something that possesses him. It's just like Jason Goes to Hell nonsense. They seriously ripped this off from Jason Goes to Hell. And and he gets a little generic thing about, oh, they're from somebody he's buying some plumbing tools from, saying, oh, don't go there, and then that's the way things roll. And I say that this is just an excellent. Okay, and oh yeah, and then he goes on and fights some terribly creature designed monsters in the school. After Robert Englund becomes this big old fucking fugly looking thing that isn't really terrifying. It's just like whatever, stupid. Okay, overall, I have some few good things. Some of the dialogue in this film is good. Some of the dialogue and some of the humorous bits in this film is actually well done. But in terms, it's just like when it's being a comedy, when this film is being a comedy, it motherfucking shines. It shines. It's gold. This film is filled with comedy gold. But when it tries to be a horror film, it fails. It doesn't really terrify me because the budget is shit, and that makes the creatures' designs look laughably stupid. Okay, I understand that this person must be a fan of horror films because for getting Robert Englund, and I don't know who the fuck Trevor Matthews is, but he must be a famous guy because they tout him on the cover. Well, Trevor Matthews hasn't been in shit. So the only one that you could really know who's actually has some thing of credit is Robert Englund, and Robert Englund's paycheck must be more than any of these fucking actors. And it's like, oh, and you have 4 writers. 4 writers. That's horrible. That's actually kind of makes me realize why this thing is shitty in some parts. But the thing is that they could have gone better writers, better directors. They could have just instead of spending their money on Robert Englund, which is either that is one or two options, 3 options. Either the director's a huge fan of horror films, and they got a chance to have Robert Englund, but Robert Englund requested a high paycheck that took away from actually having legitimate scary effects, or they just needed somebody to be credited, somebody to be credited as some famous actor or director to be credited in this film, or all D or 3. I'm a C, all the above. I don't know. I'm just saying that this film could have been and should have been a lot better than it actually is. It's ultimately a really mediocre film, and all I have to say is that if you're a fan of like cheesy, really horrible horror films that you can laugh at, then go ahead. And here's my first and hopefully not last contribution to the Hammer Reviews TV, and I really am excited to go ahead and be a part of this excellent community. I only know one person, Scott Sanderson. I might know the two other people, but they aren't listed. Only Christian A. And say that's the only person that's been listed. I don't know the third person, but I'll have to say is that I'm really excited to go be a part of this process, and it truly makes me feel like my previous videos have been appreciated, which is not what I'm looking for. Have been appreciated enough for people to allow me to a community. And I'm not going to sell out. I'm not going to go and sell out and not do those videos anymore. I'm just going to be mainly doing reviews for movies here. Bye.